Welcome back to the Warrior Sports Network. I'm Brady Beedon, here for another edition of the Locker Room Report brought to you by Henry Ford Health. And here with head coach Tyrone Wheatley. Coach, coming back home after another tough loss, this time out at Wisconsin-La Crosse, 31 to 22. Just general thoughts on that one now that you've had a little bit of time to watch the film, digest it. What did you think, the good, the bad, and the ugly from the game?
Well, let's start with the bad. Well, let's start with the ugly. Once again, offensively, we put the offense out on the field first. We go 3-and-out right away. But, however, the good portion in that is the route concepts, to think they're there. We just have to get our quarterback. We just have to get him to see it. And that was one of the things where early in the year he wasn't doing it. Then all of a sudden he came back into one game and he was on. He just has to erase that week, and this is a new week, okay? And then the bad is we got to run the ball. We have to run the ball. We got to handle movement. We have to run the ball. And then just talk about the good. When we're on, we're on. Like we've shown that we can move the ball and we can go and we can go. And that's just another growing process. So in terms of where I see this team and the maturation of this team, we're on the right track. Are we resulting in the wins, which everybody's saying, well, we're not winning. It looks a little stale. It looks like almost like paint drying, right? I get that. I understand that. But you have to go through these moments. And once you come out of these things and you grow through it and you go through it, then all of a sudden you'll see a polished team where you're not making those mistakes on third down. You're not missing those reads when it's a wide open play. And it all comes together.
So one bright spot I thought you had in particular, and it's been really all season, the interior part of your defensive line. Justin, Roschon, guys like that, T, have all been pretty good in there. That it feels like between the tackles, not much room to run, and I thought they played pretty well at La Crosse, even though the game didn't go your way.
Well, listen, in terms of when you look at last year, you always want to build on those things, right? And that was one of the things we worked really hard in the offseason was to correct. And Coach Robinson and Sala and Garland has done an incredible job of revamping that defense and structuring it to the point where we're not giving up those runs that we were giving up last year and filling those run lanes. So, yes, those guys up front has done a really, really immaculate job of stopping the run and filling those gaps.
One thing I noticed up from the booth was both at halftime and at the end of the game. Halftime, you called the players in, and kind of before you even got to the locker room, gave them a little talk. And then after the game with the coaches, you brought them in together and kind of met right away. What are those conversations like without divulging any company secrets? And what was kind of the general messaging there? Because, you can tell the passion's there. You didn't want to waste any time talking to both groups. What were those two conversations like?
Well, the biggest thing is a lot of times when you're in the moment, when you're in the storm, I mean, you really feel the intensity of it. And then it's like, oh, my goodness, am I ever going to get out of it? Or whoa, here we go again. And what I really wanted to, before we even got to the locker room, what I wanted to tell them is this is not the same Wayne State. We're growing and we're getting there. And sometimes only a fine eye can see it, right? To some people on the outside looking in, and a lot of people don't really understand it, but this team is growing. We're on the right track, and that's what I wanted to let them know, right? The first half, okay, that happened. Let's come back out in the second half, and let's stay on the right track. Let's not get to the point where we're over-adjusting, we're over-analyzing. We know what we need to fix. Let's just fix it. Same thing with the coaches, right? After the game, I brought the coaches up. Hey, listen, fellas, once again, you can start overcorrecting, right? It's just like a car. You oversteer a car, it's a spin out. Let's not go home. Let's not get on a bus ride. Let's not freak out. Wait and watch the film because, once again, you're watching the film highly emotional. Right on the bus. Let it calm down. Watch it with a keen eye. And let's correct the things that need to be corrected. And that's it. And so right now, yes, our defense is the pillar of our team right now. And most teams have been that way, right? So you're not the only team. You won't be the first team. But once the offense gets clicking, we're going to be a good doggone football team. We are going to be a good football team. So that was the whole reason behind it.
Here with head coach Tyrone Wheatley, getting ready for week 4 against Quincy. I'm sure it's going to be nice to be playing in Tom Adams Field after a couple games away from home. Tell me a little bit about Quincy, because they're a program that has struggled, but they're starting to pick themselves off the mat a little bit. It's not the same team from even 2-3 years ago.
No. So, once again, when you talk about those type of teams, we're all kind of in that same mode. We're all in that kind of that same rebuild and revamping, and they've got a job. They're doing it, right? So we're going to face a defense that we're familiar with, but I don't like it, right? Have Saginaw, one of Saginaw's old coaches there. He's now the defensive coordinator. So we're going to get into that. I call it the GLIAC special. So you're going to see the GLIAC special, which is pretty doggone hard to face, and they run it very well. He's done a great job of teaching these guys that defense, and they're going to run it very well. Then you have Cade Warner, who's Kurt Warner's son, as the offensive coordinator. Once again, good football, young mind, football brain. He's got those guys playing really well. And so really at the end of the day, once again, it's just going to be the teams who play their game the best and not fold at the end.
So you made the quarterback change in the last game. You know, it kind of started the fourth quarter. What's the attitude like with the quarterback going into this one against Quincy? Is champion Braden? Is it going to be a game time decision? What are the thoughts there?
Well, once again, it goes back to if champion can turn the page and not think of last week as last week. If he could turn the page, he can see the concepts and he can see those things. He'll get the start. But right now, we're still trying to go through it.
All right, Coach, as we wrap this up, what are some keys to get and win number one against a Quincy team that's hungry to improve on their 2-1 start and get to, for them, what would be a very strong 3-1 beginning?
Keep the defense off the field. That's the key, right? 70 plays, convert on third down.
Coach, I like it. Keep it short and simple. So, Coach, good luck against Quincy, and hopefully we're celebrating a win come about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Absolutely.
He's head coach Tyrone Wheatley. I'm Brady Beedon, and you're listening to the Warrior Sports Network.